channel YouTube. So in this video, I want to just kind of show you guys the difference between lifestyle in Thailand versus Vietnam. So if you guys follow the channel, you guys know I live in both countries. So Thailand has been the majority of my time overseas up until a year ago, where I introduced living in Vietnam. So right now we're at the crib. If you guys haven't seen it before, I've done a full apartment tours, but for you guys who haven't, I'll give you guys a quick little glimpse looking around. So this is a duplex style. I really love this place. It's 2 bedroom, 2 bath. I have it upstairs. Pretty spacious unit. It's like over 100 square meters. So that is difference number one between Thailand and Vietnam, is that price-wise, big difference there. You can't find this condo in Bangkok for what I pay here in Vietnam. I paid 33 million dong, which is like 1250, I think, USD, but the unit is freaking sick. Like, I love it. My favorite thing about Vietnam is literally my home. Like, it's so nice. All right, y'all, so we got the living room over here, then the balcony, which overlooks the pool and everything. We have a pool here, 2 pools, jacuzzi, gym, saunas, steam room, tennis court, game room, pool table in the other building, co-working space. Here is the kitchen. Everything here is just like, you know, plenty of space. Look at the kitchen, everything's nice. Then we got the upstairs. So over here, I'll be saving my empty bottles. We got little games over there, dining table, and then upstairs. I'm not going upstairs right now, but there is the upstairs. So pretty big bedroom upstairs. And then we have the bathroom, shower. So both of them have bathrooms and shower. I mean, yeah, showers. Then we got the office, guest bedroom. I've had my younger brother stay here before, so he's been here, the only guest ever so far. So guys, that is difference number one. In Bangkok, I live in like a 30 square meter apartment I pay $500 a month for. And automatically between Vietnam and Thailand, I am outside a lot more. I'm not really home that much in Bangkok. But in Vietnam, I spend a lot more time at home because it feels more homey. But today I have a few things to do. So I just want to, like I said, I want to bring you guys with me in life here in Vietnam as a full-time expat, digital nomad, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so let's go. Let me show you guys the views down here. Here is our outside area. So you guys can see, pretty cool, big pool. Got a little water slide for the kids. And there's like a little splash area over there for the kids as well. And then that building right there is where our gym is at, pretty decent gym. And then right across from this is a decent condominium as well. They're just older than the unit I live in, but they have pretty big units over there as well and similar amenities. So right here below the building, we got a Nam Gourmet. Really love this. This is our like import grocery store. A little bit more expensive than your typical one, but very convenient and has all the stuff you need to shop and get, you know, your food and your goods. So right now I'm headed to the dentist. I'm really big on taking care of my teeth. So luckily, so if you guys have seen my past videos I've done, I did a $100 video, I've done a condo tour. You guys will kind of seen this stuff before, but you never know who's watching the video. It's always like, you know, new viewers. So I'm showing it again just for people who haven't seen, but I'm bringing you guys with me to the dentist. Like to get my teeth cleaned like every 6 months. And I'm saying really take care of your teeth. But what I was saying was everything I need is in my neighborhood. So for you guys who have come to Ho Chi Minh City, or you've just heard things, but you haven't actually been around, and you just made a judgment off of being in District 1, which is like the central downtown area, and you thought, this is not for me, you gotta open up your horizons and see they have neighborhoods like this. I love my neighborhood, it's super convenient. Like, we literally have everything. Like, you guys are gonna be surprised. Everything I'm gonna do today is like walking distance. So there is a Starbucks, even though pretty unnecessary in Vietnam because they're known for coffee, so there's a million local coffee shops and other options to choose from. But so we have all the coffee shops in walking distance. We have dentists. We have what else? Massage shops, spa. My barber shop. Technically, depending on how far you want to walk, it is in walk. I have walked there before, but by a grab bike, it is 5 minutes away, so very close. So I do need a haircut. That'll be after the dentist. So we're gonna go dentist and then haircut. Mind you guys, none of these things I'm doing today have I made an appointment for. I'm literally just walking in. So luckily out here in Vietnam, similar to Thailand, you can do that, you know, like this is not America. Like you can just walk in, same day dental appointment, no insurance, just pay out of pocket, and you'll probably end up paying like $20, right? So for a general teeth cleaning, I'll be paying $20 over here at a high-end dentist. Like this is not like a low one, this is a quality dentist. So this whole neighborhood is more like a upper class area. So even with that being said, a dental cleaning is only 20 bucks. So as I mentioned guys, living in 2 different countries, you guys would think, okay, it's Asia, it's an hour flight away, it's probably the same. No, it's not. Vietnam and Thailand are 2 different places, different vibe, different people, different culture. Some of the things that'll immediately stand out is the differences is like Vietnam is more conservative. You'll notice that you come here, it's more toned down than Thailand, where it's like Thailand is very anything goes, very fun, but Vietnam is more conservative, more family oriented. You'll see more kids and babies in a day here in Ho Chi Minh City than you will see in a month of being in Bangkok. Hence why a lot of the apartments here are also bigger and more geared towards families. So that's one of the differences too. For a lot of people who live in Thailand first, a lot of people like Thailand better than Vietnam. And I do think that 1, it has to do with them not spending enough time in Vietnam, but 2, Thailand, I would say overall vibes, you will have more fun because it just is a more open place. Vietnam is still a great place, but it may take more time for it to grow on you as it did for me. It took me seeing different parts of the city, and to this day, it's still growing on me. Like every day I'm in Vietnam, like I'm discovering new things I love about it more, and there's pros and cons to both places. So like I said, so one of the pros and cons is cost of living. You will, if you think Thailand's affordable, Vietnam says hold my beer and gets even more affordable. So to get a nice haircut in Thailand, well, let's compare. So I have a really good barber in Pattaya for about 300 baht, so roughly $8 to $10. He gets me right. I'll put his information in the description. My Bangkok barber is more, not quite Western prices, but more than you would typically pay in Thailand. It's like, I think like 800 baht for a good haircut, but it's a quality place. Good barbers, they sanitize, all that good stuff. Now, come over here to Ho Chi Minh City. I have a really good barber. They also sanitize, they speak English. So I'm in a chair, you know, having conversations while I'm getting my haircut. And those haircuts, if I don't get beard, it just comes out to $3.80 USD. So mind you, I can get a haircut every week and pay less than what it costs for one haircut in the US. That's crazy. So as I said, we just arrived to the dentist that quick. We just walked here. And like I said, I'm gonna walk in. I've done this before, no appointment, 20 bucks cleaning, let's go. Teeth cleaning. Yes. Okay. And then as I showed last time guys, they have these snacks. So I bet your dentist office doesn't offer you snacks. If you need veneers and crowns, they do all that stuff here as well. Probably costs a lot less than the US. All right guys, so far I've been here like, let's say 3 minutes so far. So I'm just gonna time with no appointment, how long it takes to go from no appointment to being seen. Now in Bangkok, I have a dental office I go to as well. That's who did my braces. I think a cleaning there is closer to $50 if I remember correctly. Now you can compare different prices throughout Bangkok. That's just where I went, but I think apples to apples, you know, quality dental offices. This one is a quality dental office. We're talking about paying basically half the price, you know. So I don't want to focus this purely on just cost of living perspective because there's many other aspects that go into it that I know you guys are curious about other than just the cost of living. And I can say those other areas like, you know, convenience, things to do, it's here. Never been treated bad here as well. So I don't have, as far as comparing Thailand and Vietnam in that aspect, I haven't had any bad experience. Now it's just me Everyone has, you know, their own individual experiences and whatnot. But pretty much in most of these countries, what will determine your lifestyle here is really you as an individual, who you are, your character, your personality. These countries pretty much whatever you make them out to be. If you go around and you have a victim mentality, then no matter where you go, Thailand, Bangkok, you'll be a victim. Some people I've seen, no matter where they go, they're always getting into situations and having this to say about this place and that place. And usually those people are the problem versus the country being the problem. You got to do your research, you know, so you don't get scammed, and also be aware of cultural differences, you know, because you come from America, you're bringing all your American mindset and behaviors over, and you got to understand that this is not America. So if you come to these countries with that mindset and everything is just comparing to what it was in America, then honestly, I would tell you, stay in America if that's the case. But you got to be willing to be open-minded and embrace the difference in life. Everything is not going to be like it was back home, and that's for good reason. Otherwise, why would you come over here in the first place, right? If you wanted things to be like there, it's best you just stay in that place where things are already like you like them. So, yeah, I know people are also curious about, you know, like being of not only a foreigner in these countries, but of different race and how you're treated. And the biggest thing that I'll say is you get stared at sometimes. I've been in Asia for 4 years. I don't care about being stared at. It doesn't bother me. Now, you get some Americans, especially like black Americans, who will come over and they'll immediately go, oh, people are staring at me, racism. And you guys, that's a little bit weak-minded to think that way. So I would say literally take that out of your head. That's not racism. It's just people staring at you. Leave it at that, you know? There is like colorism that happens in these countries, but it's not really about being black, because the colorism happens within their own race as well, right? Like whiter skinned people that are Thai or Vietnamese might be looked at as more highly upon than darker skin. So it's not really like a black-white situation, right? It's not about you being black. It's literally about that they have these ingrained, ideas of colorism, and that, being whiter is closer to like wealth and stuff like that. But other than that, that's not everyone. But I just want to make you guys like aware of stuff like that. But other than that, it's not really like a big deal. All right, guys, so about to be seen, and it's only been about 12 minutes, so that's fast. All right, guys, so it's about to begin. So they just did an examination, so luckily I have no cavities. That's good. Just a little small bit of tartar. So general cleaning is gonna be good to go, and I'm only gonna have to pay 500,000 Vietnamese dong, which is literally 20 USD. Just like that, y'all. We are done with the cleaning. Fast, easy, and simple. What a privilege, right? I mean, many people in America right now can't afford, health care, dental care. And so they haven't been able to get their teeth checked or cleaned in forever just because of finances. That changes here in Vietnam. A lot different ballgame. You guys literally just witnessed this. None of this video is scripted. This dentist office is not, nothing is sponsored. This is just reality. I'm just literally vlogging what it's like out here. And this is one of the upsides. So you do get quality healthcare, same level you'd receive in America, or even better, for a fraction, small fraction of the cost. You don't have to, like I said, worry about that, planning a year in advance appointment, nothing like that. If you miss it, having to, wait another few months. It's simple out here. So out here, I get my teeth cleaned like every 6 months, just because it's that simple. And one appointment costs less out of pocket than even sometimes what your copay would be with insurance in America. So it's absolutely nuts. All right, guys, all done. Easy as pie. And also, let's talk about banking real quick. Banking in Vietnam, if you get at least a 90-day visa, you can get what's called TMO, right? It's for foreigners pretty much. And with a 90-day visa, it allows you to basically bank similar to a local here in Vietnam. So you get your TMO account. It allows you to scan, transfer. People can transfer money to you within the Vietnam scan system. So if you need to pay your friends, pay a vendor, works on everybody. So everyone here, any vendor you go to, you'll be able to scan pay. And you can also withdraw cash too. I did not know that until recently. So I went to the bank, I transferred. So how you get money into your account, once you get your T-Mobile account open, you can then use Wise app to move your American money to this account. And then from there, then you can scan pay, transfer within the Vietnam system, as well as, like I said, withdraw cash. So other day I withdrew like 1,000 USD, obviously in Vietnamese dong. Simple, it's very easy. So what you do is you go to BV Bank, and you're gonna need to bring your passport, show your visa, and like I said, you need at least 90 days. Now, since we're talking about visas, let's compare visas to Thailand. So another big question is, how do you stay in these countries more long term? So Thailand, obviously you have your DTV visa, you have your retirement visa, you have education visa, you have like their LTR visa, which is like long-term resident. You have your privilege visa that you can purchase, pretty expensive. All these are, you qualify under different things. You have your business visa. So these all have different requirements. A lot of people for Thailand complain about how difficult Thailand visa stuff is. And to be honest, guys, it's not as difficult as people make it out to be. A lot of times when you hear people say that, they simply just don't qualify for the visa options in Thailand. So they don't meet the requirements. So DTV, it's not difficult, but you have to have at least $15,000 USD in your account. If you don't have that, you're gonna say, okay, Thailand's difficult. Education visa, you're gonna pay about, depending on what school you get, pay about $1,500 for the year. So the thing is, guys, like with any of these countries, if you come over here and you don't have your resources and your stuff together, all these countries are gonna be difficult. They're gonna have their difficulties attached to them. So there's that. And so, those are the Thailand visa options. There's a few more I didn't, mention. Now with these options as well, it matters how long you plan to stay over here, right? So if you want to stay over here long term, you're gonna need a long-term visa strategy. Now, moving over to Vietnam, things are a little bit different. So another difference too is like Thailand, you can just go show up, right? Without any visa. Now you can't stay long term on that, but you can get, just visa. Not even, you're just your stamp on arrival, right? So they'll give you 30 days. You can extend for 60. So that's 2 months. And then a lot of people back in the day used to do visa runs. Well, Thailand got strict on that. So you can't just be border hopping back and forth, without long-term visa. They're gonna eventually deny you. And that is very real. I've witnessed people get, locked in the immigration jail in the airport, get sent back home. So if that is your strategy for staying in Thailand, then I would highly consider doing something different. Now, coming over here to Vietnam, you can get like a business visa, a work visa, and then the third is going to be your 90-day or your 30-day. I would recommend, obviously, if you want to stay here, get the 90-day visa. 90-day multiple entry, it costs $50 US. Get it from the official Vietnam.gov website. Don't buy it from a third party. I hear people getting scammed, paying $300 for these visas and stuff. It only costs $50. If you fill it out correctly, it'll be approved in about 3 or 4 business days. It's pretty quick. And you can do this over and over again as of now. Information, terms can change, but right now Vietnam has not changed that, and they approved the visa. So don't think because something is in one country means all the countries are following the same rules. Remember, they're 2 different countries, 2 different systems. So what works in Thailand or doesn't work in Thailand doesn't mean that it doesn't work over here. So you can 100% do the 90 days. I've done it so far at least 4 times with no problem, not a single problem. Every time I land in Vietnam, I use fast track immigration. You can literally book this online for about $30. Just skip the line at the airport for so you don't be waiting in immigration all day. So yeah, it's very simple to do. That's for Vietnam. That's how you do it here. Now for some people, that's gonna annoy them that they have to leave every 3 months. To me, it's not a big deal at all. I already travel a lot anyway, so leaving, think of it as like a vacation. Take a couple days and go see the Philippines or go see Thailand or Singapore, Bali, wherever, literally wherever you want, and then reapply, come right back. And you can rent your 1-year condo off of that. So I got a 1-year lease, that was fine. Things are super simple. Renting is pretty much the same exact process here in Vietnam as it is in Thailand. They're gonna wanna see 1 month deposit. Yeah, 1 month deposit, no, 2 months deposit, first month's rent. So whatever your price of your place, you're gonna need to pay 3x to move in. So when I moved into my 33 million dong a month condo, it cost me like 90 million to move in, or 99, whatever, million to move in initially. So these countries can be great, but the bottom line is that you gotta have your money together, no matter whether you choose Vietnam or Thailand. You can do different budgets. You don't have to live in a $1,200 a month place. You can live in a $300 a month, $400 a month place, but do know you're getting, it's not gonna be equal at these levels, Every budget comes with a different lifestyle. I say if you can at least make $2,000 to $3,000 a month, you could nearly do what I'm doing. I make a lot more money than that, but monthly my lifestyle here costs, if we take $1,200 for the rent, take your $50 visa divided by 3, so it's about 15-ish, 17-ish dollars a month if you break it down for your visa costs. Man, like I said, haircuts, $3 a haircut. So in a month, you're paying actually we're on to 5 if you include the beard. So let's say $20 a month on haircuts. Food, really up to you. I like to cook a lot. Grocery shopping is very affordable. You guys have seen different grocery trips. If you haven't, go watch the other Vietnam videos. You could, say your grocery budget could be $500 a month or less, literally, and that's for 2 people. So if it's 1 person, you could probably get by on probably $100 to $200 a month in groceries, or you can also eat local food. Gonna cost you a little bit more to grocery shop in Thailand, but also both these countries, you have the local street meals. So if you're into rice or pho, noodles and stuff like that, you can eat local dishes. Or banh mi's here, 25K, that's literally $1. So you can eat off of $1. So let's say the $1 meals, $3 a day. I don't spend that little, but you could. That's the thing, is you literally could. If you wanted to. But like I said, it's really up to whatever lifestyle. These countries are whatever you make it. You can come out here with a smaller budget, live a good life, but the more money you come out with, come over here with, even better. So what's good about Vietnam, I'm a billionaire in Vietnam. I'm a Vietnamese billionaire, which is pretty cool. So, and then anybody can be a millionaire here, because it only takes $30 to be a millionaire in Vietnam. But I have billionaire status here. So the income I have, I feel like a US millionaire here, which I'm not, but I can do whatever I want. Massages on demand, getting my apartment clean. If I don't want to clean it myself, I could get someone right now on an app to show up at my house within an hour, clean my whole place, and it would cost me $12. Now I do always tip, because price is so low that I like to just, add a little extra on top. But it's great. I literally can't complain, it's great. So guys, since I'm not gonna get a haircut today, because I realized today is my barber's day off, I'm going to instead see if I can get my pedicure and manicure. So let's see if they have any openings right now. I wanna get a pedicure. Yeah. All right guys, so about to get a pedicure and manicure. Luckily, be able to be seen immediately. This out of pocket, so I'm getting my feet and hands done. This will probably be anywhere from $15-ish, I think. I'm getting a scrub, a few things. But then also, once again, I tip, so I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but super affordable. All right, y'all, so they got me right. You know what I'm saying? The hands is done, feet is done. I don't know the total, so about to get the total, see how much this costs. We are good to go, let's go. All right guys, so without a tip, so we got a pedicure, manicure, foot scrub, and I get the clear coat on top. That came out to 550K dong, so $21 about, or $22. And then I tipped them. So, but We won't include the tip cost because that raises it a lot, but just pure cost, $21 for all that. No appointment. All right, y'all, so I need some new alcohol for the house. So they got the local Vietnamese vodka for 160K. I'll do the conversions in a second. All right, so for 2 bottles of vodka, came out to $13. So what is that, $6.50 a bottle? Yeah, this is my little at-home get-right drink at the crib. Just figured I'd throw that in there for you guys, you know what I'm saying, who like a little sip. So if you like vodka, it's really cheap here in Vietnam. Only, yeah, you get it from like Family Mart or their GS25, which is like close to like a 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven isn't as popular in Vietnam as it is in Thailand. Oh, what are the other realities of living in Southeast Asia, whether it be Vietnam or Thailand? So another thing people tend to point out or have feelings about is obviously like these are not immigration countries. So you're never gonna be, you know, like you're always gonna be a foreigner in these countries. So you always will be an outsider. For some people, they look at that as like a negative thing. I personally don't. It's like getting to be a guest full time. And also I like it. Like I like that it's not immigration countries. Because I like when, you know, it preserves the culture. A lot of times, not to like, you know, make this political, but when you have mass uncontrolled immigration, it usually doesn't work out too well. You know, it ends up creating a lot of distance between, you know, the locals, and this is globally, and the people in the immigrants. So yeah, and also the other benefit too is that you still have the freedom to move around. So, you know, the benefit of not being like a local here, you know, or being a actual bona fide like citizen is that you have your freedom to just get up and go. The world is your oyster. If there's political unrest here or wherever, or something we don't like, we literally can just get up and go. So I look at it as the glass half full instead of the glass being half empty when it comes to that part. With that being said, guys, neither Thailand or Vietnam is perfect. There will be downsides. There will be things you don't like about it. It's not going to be some perfect fairy tale. I don't want you guys to think that. But I will say, if overall you are a decent person, good character, you have your finances together, life out here can be very easy and simple, you know. And people ask like, oh, what do? You do whatever you want. Like today's vlog is not me doing anything I wouldn't do outside the normal. Like I'm not forcing the day to entertain you guys. This is literally a normal day-to-day experience for me here in Ho Chi Minh City. Like if I hadn't been injured a few months ago, I would be playing pickleball. Like that is my daily activity. I play pickleball, I go to the gym. So actually shortly, I'll take you guys with me to the gym. I have a personal trainer out here. So I'll show you guys that. And that's pretty much it. Like that's my day-to-day life. At night, I look at the charts, I trade, but nothing crazy. I mean, I pretty much, whatever I wake up and want to do is what I do for the day. And I love it, you know, like why would I trade this for anything else, you know? Lifestyle is great, cost of living is great. So yeah, I have no complaints. Speaking of lifestyle, let's compare really quick, like infrastructure. So I will say another difference between Thailand and Vietnam. Thailand does have better overall infrastructure, especially if we're comparing Bangkok to Ho Chi Minh City. But I wouldn't, with that being said, don't sleep on Vietnam. Vietnam is on their way up. So just give Vietnam a little more time. Every area doesn't look like my neighborhood. I'll be transparent saying that. And I will also say Thailand has more of an abundance of the luxury or nicer, more modern condominiums at a better entry price. So for example, if you compare $300 to $400 a month accommodation budget for Vietnam and Thailand, I would say you're better off spending your accommodation budget in Thailand because you'll get somewhere nicer, more modern than that'll get you here in Vietnam. Like, you'll find a place for that, but it won't be as nearly as modern and as amenities as you can find in Thailand. But as your budget goes up in Vietnam, that's when I would say the accommodation value then begins to be drastically different in a good way for Vietnam. Because like I said, if we compare the unit I live in here and I want to duplicate this in Thailand, it's going to be hard. One, because finding spacious units, they don't really build them that spacious. They make them kind of small and you pay a lot of money for it. So with a 100 square meter modern unit, duplex style, I would probably have to come out of pocket double, if not more, to have the same unit in just a 1 hour away flight in Bangkok. So with that being said, that's why like I am probably gonna primarily choose to base in Vietnam over the next few months, while still keeping my smaller unit in Thailand. But I want to spend more time in Vietnam to really kind of like unlock the country more and really get a real good grasp of what it's like to live here in Vietnam. Unlike the past, I've been so in and out. I feel like I haven't been able to just like take it all in. So I just want to continue to discover, and like there's so much actual beauty here in Vietnam, from, you know, the lifestyle to the overall country, the things you can see and do. And so I'm excited to you know, just expose myself more and more to what Vietnam has to offer. I know another important thing for you guys is healthcare. So let's quickly talk about healthcare real quick outside of dental. So you guys just seen that you can get good dental here in Vietnam. But what about your overall healthcare, doctor's checkups, and all that stuff, surgeries? Let me tell you, let me put the glasses down for a second. Vietnam is that place. This also is another area that you will save significant amounts of money. And I would even recommend Vietnam for healthcare tourism. Like, even if you don't want to live here, you could save so much money by coming here and getting the work you need done over here in Vietnam. Even from Thailand to Vietnam, big difference in price, and let alone America to here. So a few months ago, I actually did a couple things. I went to what's called Care Plus International Clinic here in Ho Chi Minh City. Booked an appointment, was scheduled the next day to be able to go get a full body checkup in this clinic. And I think it's based out of Singapore, but very high quality. And in this checkup, so I did a full men's checkup. I think this cost me about $150 to $60. Something you do, you know, once a year. They check, you know, pretty much everything. Your blood tests, they do ultrasound, they check your dental care. They check your ears, your nose, your mouth, all that stuff, body scan. And that came out to, so that came out to $160, and I just went from room to room. It was so flawless and fluid and easy. And, you know, and I want to say in about an hour time, I had my results and I knew the overall condition of my body. And a lot of times, this is things that most men and people in general are not doing in America. We often, America healthcare doesn't focus enough on preventative care. And so it's very important that you're not just, you know, trying to deal with something once it pops up, but that you get your body checked out and you can see things either early or before they come. That way you can handle it and you have the best chance of surviving or overcoming whatever, you know, health condition you may go through. So especially for my guys out there, get your checkup, get your health screenings, get your overall general men's health checkups, you know your levels, your vitamins, and then also get your sexual health checkup. So this Care Plus clinic here in Vietnam, they do all that there. So, and as I said, it's very affordable. So I did that, also got an MRI. MRI out of pocket only cost, I want to say $100 for MRI, cash, no insurance needed. And then I think that's including the consultation with the doctor, right? So MRI, then consult the doctor. And then afterwards, I wanted to know, okay, if I want to get surgery, how much would it cost? So reference, 2 years ago in Thailand, I tore my pectoral muscle and just let it heal naturally. I didn't even get an MRI back then because I knew exactly what had happened, because I tore my other one over here many years ago when I was younger, the exact same way. But this one I had surgery on, this one I didn't. So I was curious, how much would it cost to get surgery? Are you guys ready for the price he told me? So there's multiple options. I can go to private hospital or more of like the public hospital, but the starting price would be, I think he said $700 to $1,000 public hospital. Private hospital would cost more at around the range of $1,700. Did y'all just hear me? $700 to $1,700 to have surgery, out of pocket cash. That doesn't exist in the US. One, because the healthcare system is built around insurance companies. That's a whole scam in itself. How many of you guys are paying out the wazoo just for your monthly health insurance? All to still have to pay co-pays, and the way they bill you is excessive billing, and it doesn't seem like they actually truly care about you, you know? So healthcare here in Vietnam and Thailand, very good, but I was like, even comparing countries, Vietnam is significantly cheaper than Thailand when it comes to that. Similar, so if you guys need like, pharmacies are great out here. A lot of the stuff you need prescriptions for in America, you can easily get like here at these pharmacies, and they're in abundance. So, and then also just buying these different pharmaceutical drugs itself are very affordable. So they're significantly cheaper than you would pay in America as well. Like, even, let's say for example, like a Plan B in America is $50. You guys know how much emergency contraception pill costs out here in Thailand and Vietnam? It costs $1. $1. That's it. Not 50, a single dollar for a contraception pill. So, I mean, like, that's just a simple example of the difference. And there's just so much, you know, I could talk about that, you know, the things that are more efficient and better here. Now, with that being said, there are downsides, right? So you come over to these countries, finding work is going to be a lot. Like, you're not just going to come out here and get a job. Once again, these are not immigrant countries. Can you land jobs out here? Yeah, in special fields. One big area is like teaching. You can get a teaching job. Then there's like, you know, there might be opportunities in you know, travel space or tech space, or more specialized things wherever they have needs. But on average, like, you're not just going to move to Thailand or Vietnam, Bali, wherever, Indonesia, none of these places, Philippines, and go get a local job. They save those jobs for actual local. So you won't come here and get a job at McDonald's or 7-Eleven or just any generic job. You're not going to get. Even if you're a nurse, you're not going to get a nursing job either. This is not the country for that. So understand that you come here, this is for people who are earning remotely or retired. So if you are collecting military, you know, pensions, disability, this perfect place for you. It'll save a lot of money. And if you're still working a job, you could literally live, you could quit. You don't have to work anymore. Whatever money you're making, if you're making $2,000, $4,000 a month, you know, in recurring income, great. If you're retired, you have a pension, large savings, retirement check, Social Security, this is for you. If you are young, you're building an online business, have a remote job, this is for you. This could even be for somebody who just wants to take a year off. You have a savings and you just want to take a year off and just relax, and then you're gonna go back to work. This could be for you. But most ideally, this is for those who are one of the three categories I just mentioned. That is what this lifestyle is optimized for. So when you guys hear people online and just like, yeah, you know, check out life and living in Vietnam and Thailand, it's not for everyone. Not for everyone. Many people will come and go. Many people come here, run out of money, experiment with this lifestyle, and they'll find out it's not for them because there are downsides. You're away from your family. You're somewhere where, you know, there's English isn't the primary language, so you're going to be an outsider. There are downsides. You might miss certain restaurants and foods back home, family, time zone difference. So don't just take this as this is the ultimate, I've made it golden life. It is in fact not that. There's more to this that meets the eye. So evaluate your downsides, but if those don't sound like major downsides to you, then that's when I say, okay, bet, give this lifestyle at least a consideration, because this might be the perfect decision for you. As I mentioned, guys, Anam does offer food. So since I didn't eat breakfast this morning, it is now almost 2. I'm going to just order food from here. Typically, I do cook my own breakfast, But woke up a little bit late and then went to my appointments, or not my appointment. Like I said, I didn't make an appointment. We went to run my errands. Now I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna order out. And the food here at MTO, it is pretty good. One of my favorites here is their burger. Super juicy, delicious burger. That's gonna run me about $11 for the combo. So I'll get a water, French fries, and the burger, which is a good size, for about $11, which is not too bad. Can I do the Angus burger?
Yes.
All right, y'all, bone tea. So this actually only costs $10. I said 11. It was only 10. I feel like I need some ketchup. Oh, this burger. Oh man. Let's bite into this. They did slightly overcook it, I'm not gonna cap. This is like completely cooked. So next time I'm gonna tell them medium instead of a medium well. Other than that, burger's fire. All right, you guys, so it's now Friday. Since I couldn't get a haircut yesterday, I'm bringing you guys today as I go get a haircut. Like I said, it's up the street from me, like 5 minutes away. So I'm gonna take a motorbike, grab ride. It's gonna cost me 75 cents to get there. And then, like I said, my haircut itself, face and beard, is only gonna cost me $5 US, which always just blows my mind, man. Like I said, it's like a literal time machine. So today I don't have much planned other than literally get this haircut. I gotta train again today at 3 p.m. And then tonight may hit up a couple little night events. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's life here in Vietnam.
I mean, depends.
All right, you guys, the cut is complete. Good job as always. You gotta shout yourself out to YouTube again. You gotta tell them who you are, though.
Sorry?
I said you gotta tell YouTube who you are. Tell
My
them.
name Tim from Chairman Barbershop.
There we go. And shout out Joe, the manager over here.
All right, you done?
Feeling good. Where you wanna take the photo at? Feeling good, y'all. Ready to go out today. Shout out to the products from Benton. Guys, so that is a wrap. Shout out to Chairman Barbershop, you guys. So this is the barbershop I stand behind. I'll come here to Saigon. This is where you want to come by. Like, this is the spot. Good haircuts, good conversation, good people, and also good prices. So all around, great barbershop. And like I said, they got the stuff we look for. So, you know what I'm saying? They sanitize the clippers. Everything here is on par. All right, thank you guys again, as always.
Hold on.
All right, y'all, so just like that, we're all done. $5. Come on now. The most valid $5 cut you'll ever get. You won't find a better $5 cut in the world. All right, you guys, can you believe that between yesterday and today, I got a dental cleaning, no appointment. I got a foot scrub, pedicure, manicure, also no appointment. Thank you. And then today got a fresh fade, no appointment, all for the cost of $45 US, which is pretty much less than what that's like the equivalent to one haircut in America. And I got all those things done. That's absolutely insane. And everything was quality. So like, we didn't sacrifice quality for any of this either. This is the same quality you'd get in America, but just at a way, way better price. It's nuts. What's good, Ness? You're on YouTube right now.
All right.
Say what's up to YouTube.
Hello.
This is my trainer, y'all. All right, so this is the gym. You're ready to get a workout in. You're probably gonna kill me today, but we'll see. All right, y'all, so right now we at the local brand. So this place called Hardy Boys, which is a local streetwear brand here in Vietnam. Let me tell you guys, the streetwear out here is fire and the prices is crazy. Let me show you guys. All right, so like this shirt, $170. All right, y'all, so these jeans, $350. So if y'all come to Vietnam, definitely swing by this street. So Hardy Boys and there's other stores to check out right now. But we doing a little bit of shopping, bro. The streetwear here is fire. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I should have never got exposed to this, bro. They about to take all my money. Hold up, because this is tough. Let me tell you how much this is. $20. Y'all, I'm in heaven right now. The pieces here are just like fire. Oh, this is broke over here.
Yeah, this is
okay,
broke.
yeah.
I get you no one.
Okay, thank you. Y'all, these jackets are so tough. Like, look at this. These jackets are tough. So these are only like 700, like this is 700K. Hey. All right, y'all, so back from my shopping trip. Let me tell you guys, if you come to Ho Chi Minh City, go, and you like streetwear, go visit these local streetwear shops. The clothing is fire. Now, if you are a big size person, nothing there is gonna fit you. I barely made the cut, and I'm also dropping in weight because the largest most of these stores went up to in pants was like an XL, and I barely fit. So if you are bigger than me, don't bother going to these stores because nothing will fit you, unfortunately. They don't really cater to bigger individuals. So with that being said, I did get some fire pieces today. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad I got put on, sitting on TikTok. Fire clothes, bottom line, fire clothes.